Alright, welcome you back to the 100 Days Design Challenge. So today we'll be designing a volunteer certificate. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let's just dive into what we have for today. So the first thing I want to do, of course, you know the drill, is to create a canvas size. So the canvas size we'll be working with today is 30 width by 23 inches, 30 inches by 23 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to create it. So the first thing I want to do is add a solid background color. So I'll come here. I'm gonna say solid background. Then you can choose whatever you want. So just drag it to white here. I want white. Now the next thing I want to do is create a duplicate of this. Okay, no, let's change this color to green. Okay, so let's work with green. Alright. So I'll go to my shape tool now. I'll create another layer. Alright, good. So it's going to be a layer of white. Good. Alright, so if yours is not white, you can just double click here, and then your color picker will come out. Then you can select your color. Okay, good. Now the next thing I want to do is add my next resource. So I'm going to go into my shape tool here. Just add a square at these corners, all the corners. Just add a square at all the corners. So Ctrl Z. I want it to be a perfect square, so I'll just press. I want to be a perfect square, so I'll just press Shift and then I'm just going to drag. Good. I'm going to double click to change the color of it. I'll change the color to, let's change the color to green. So I'll just create a duplicate of all of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, okay, let's just create a duplicate. So I'll press Ctrl J 3 times to create a duplicate, right? Ctrl J 3 times, so you have 4 there. So I can just go and drag, click and drag, place at each corner. Okay. Alright. So I can, let's raise this up. So I can just click and, sorry. So I'll just click and drag. Since all of them are, they already created a duplicate, so it's just to click and drag them out. I'll do the same thing here, click and drag. Alright. Good. So after doing all of this, I'll add my first resource. Alright, so I'll go into my file, I have my resources. This is it. I'll just take this. I'll drag. So I'm not going to take this, I'll drag it and drop it out of Photoshop here. I'm going to place it. Good. So what I want from this is this line right here. All of them are the same thing, but the thickness differs. Okay. So I'll take my rectangular marquee tool. I'm just going to select through this. Alright, and I'm going to create a layer of that. Ctrl J to create a layer of that. Good. Once I've created the layer, I'm going to unsee the others. Alright. Now I noticed something from here. The background color I selected is not exactly white. Alright. Okay, I think it is now. So I'll take this, place this at the beginning here, and I'm going to drag out. Okay. So let's adjust this. Good. So I'll create a duplicate of this. Just press Alt, click and drag. Adjust. Alright. So this one I want to adjust. So I'm going to create a duplicate of this also. Click Alt, click and drag. But I'm going to rotate this. Alright. Press Shift so I rotate at the perfect angle. So I'll rotate at an angle of 90 degrees. Okay. Once I've done that, I'm just going to place this here. And let's raise this up. I so just in little adjustment, this is taller than what we actually want. So I'm just going to reduce the size of this, and then I'm going to press shift, you click shift, press and you pull this down, right, and click enter. This is good. Now once you are done with that, once you're satisfied with it, you click alt, click it and drag to make a duplicate for the one to paste here. Alright. And then you just adjust it. Good. Now once I'm done with that, I want to add the next resource. Okay, I'll go into my file, my resources, and then I'm going to take this, drag this and drop it out of Photoshop, and I'm going to place this here. So if you wish to remove the background, you can just come to your select, make sure you select it, you come to your select and then you select the subject so that it creates a layer of the background itself to just remove the images there. But I don't think that's necessary for what I'm doing here. I don't think that's necessary at all because everything just fits perfectly into the rectangle here. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add the next resource I'll be using, of course, which is this here. So I'll take this, I'll drag into Photoshop and I'll drop it here. So I'm going to centralize this. Now I'm just picking random logos that I saw on Pinterest. Okay, these are not logos I created, they're just random logos. So I'm just going to increase the size of this. Alright, and click enter. Now I'm going to add the next resource I'll be using. So I'll go into my file, my resources, which is this. So this is the last resource I'll be using from here. Every other thing I will add is from Photoshop itself. So just go into Photoshop, drag and drop here. Good. So let's reduce the size of this and let's paste this here right in the center also. So make sure to centralize this or raise this up. Centralize it and let's reduce the size. Good. Alright. Now we'll add one the other things we need. We don't need to import any other thing again. Every other thing we need, we can add them from here directly. Alright, so I'm going to go into my text tool and then I'm just going to write exhibition. So exhibition, control A, select everything. I'm going to change the font to monument. I'm sorry, Montserrat. I'll be using Montserrat. Okay, I need a more official font. I'm changing to Montserrat. Okay, and I'm going to change this to probably, let's say, light. Alright, and now I'll just go back to my move tool and then I'll just adjust it at the corners here. So I'll just adjust. So just adjust it. I'm just assuming it was an exhibition. Click enter. So I'm going to drag this down. Good. Enter. And then one last thing I'm going to add at this top part, I'm going to go into my shape tool, rectangle tool, and then I'm just going to drag from the beginning of exhibition to the end of it. I'm going to just add a rectangle there. Good. Alright, I'm going to change the color of the fill. I'm going to change the fill to, let's say, okay, let's pick a color from here. So I'm just going to go into my color picker and then I'm going to pick from here. Let's just pick this and click OK. So I want it to be as colorful as possible. I don't want this certificate to just be plain. Now once I'm done with that, I'm just going to increase the radius at this corner here. Just increase it a little, you don't need too much. Alright, this is okay. So I'm going to go to my text tool, of course. Right inside the year, I'll just write 2025. Let's say it's an exhibition I'll be holding in 2025. Select everything. I'm going to change the font weight to, let's say, medium. Alright, reduce the size. Reduce the size to something that can enter into here. Now the next I'm going to do, I'm going to space it out. So here I have VA. Okay, just space it out. We want it to take up like the whole space there. So let's see, reduce this a bit. I'm going to take this, I'm going to place it right here. Alright, so let's adjust this and centralize it. Enter. Now I'm going to change the color to white. So I'll work with white this time. Just drag this to white and then click enter. Okay, good. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take my rectangular tool, of course, again. I'm just going to drag across here. Let's assume this is where the names of the volunteers will be written. Alright, so I'll change the color from white here to, let's say, this dark color here. This one right here. I'm going to click OK. Alright, okay, good. Now the next thing I want to do is I will take my shape tool again, rectangle tool. Remember I told you every other thing we need to add, we can add it directly from Photoshop. So I'll just take this, drag right across here. Alright, so I'll change the color, the fill, I'll change the color to, let's still pick that dark color. Good. So in case you're wondering the color I'm using, I just picked it from this our resource here. So use your color picker and you pick from here. So I'll increase the radius. Let's increase the radius. So I think 21 is okay. Good. So now right inside here, I'll take my text tool. I'll just click inside of this I just added. Let's adjust the space first. Let's change it back to 0. Let's assume it's normal. So I'm going to write certificate there. Certificate. Good. I'll select everything. I'm going to change the font weight to let's say bold. Good. Alright. So let's press enter there. Sorry, Ctrl Z. Enter. Okay, right on top. Oh. Add the word volunteer, VOLUNTEER. So I'll select everything, the space in between them. I'll just adjust it back to auto. Alright, so it's auto adjust the space in between them. I'm going to drag and place here. Okay, so let's select the volunteer. Let's start with the certificate first. Select everything in the certificate and let's increase the size of the certificate. That's too much. That's too much. Probably let's see, around 55. 55 should be okay. So let's drag this into this. Good. Now I'm going to select volunteer. You just go from the beginning of volunteer to the end of it. Just click and then you just drag across it to select it. Alright, I'll change the font weight to probably regular or light. Alright, so let's go regular. Alright, I'll select everything and then the space, I'll still reduce the space in between them. We don't want to bring them too close into each other, but at the same time we don't want it to be too far apart. Okay, alright, good. So I'll just go back to my move tool. Now let me adjust this and centralize. I'll just drag this into this rectangle here and I'm going to centralize it. Okay. Alright. Now the next thing I want to add is, so let's take this down, this line down a bit. Let's take this line down. Okay, so we'll create enough space for the other things we want to add. So I'll just take my text and then I'm just going to click and add here, right? Let's say say this certificate is hereby presented to. So select everything and change the color to this dark shade here. Okay. This certificate is hereby presented to. So this text is okay. So I don't have to change anything. This text. But I think what I can just do to this is change it to. So I can use regular, but let's use regular italic. Let's italic. Alright. So just use italic. Good. Alright. So go back to our move tool. So let's just drag this down, centralize it. Okay. I think this certificate is not centralized. This volunteer certificate. So I'll select the volunteer certificate. I'm going to. So I'll select this box and then this certificate itself. Volunteer certificate. So let's just. I'm just going to drag this in. Then centralize this. It was not centralized. Good. Alright. So now the same thing here. I'll select this exhibition 2025 and this other one here also to centralize it. Exhibition 2025 and this here. So I'll just drag it in. It was not centralized. Alright. So I'll just add a text box here. I'll come to my text and then I'm just going to drag from the beginning. We can use from the beginning to the end. I think this is okay around the center. So automatically some text will appear. So let's just use that text. Let's assume I don't, since it's just for educational purposes only, let's just use that the text inside there. I'll click OK. Alright. Click OK. And then so we didn't select the text. Let's select all the text. Click OK. The spaces in between is too much. Turn it to auto, reduce the size. Alright, so we don't want something that's too much. I think this is okay. But I think the font is too light. So let's increase the font weight to probably, let's say, medium. Alright, so medium and just click OK. Alright, this is good. This is good. This is good. So I can just add a text here at this corner here. Alright, so I can just write probably, let's say the person presenting the certificate or the founder of the organization. Let's just write Dr. Name, surname. So I'm going to select everything. I'm going to change the font, the weight, font weight to bold. Good. And let's increase it a bit. Let's say 30. Or let's leave it at 31. 31 is not bad. And then right under it, we can just add, let's say, founder. Founder. I'll select the founder. I'm going to reduce the font weight, okay, to light. Good. And I'm going to reduce the size, probably 25. Alright, that's good. Okay, so I'll just drag this and place this here. I'm going to create a duplicate of this. Let's click Alt. I'm going to click and drag and place this. Duplicate it here also. Alright, alright. Let's drag this in. Let's pull this in. So just take this and pull this in. Alright. It's looking too far apart somehow. Good. I think this is okay. Alright, so now in this space, let's just add the text name, surname. Let's assume what are the name there. See, name, surname. So I'll select everything. I'm going to change the font to signature. Signature. Good. Alright. Now let's increase the size of this. Okay. So I'll just take this and then I'm going to centralize it. Take and centralize. Alright, this is good. So that's it. Alright, so with this we've come to the end of. You know what? One more thing. This background, I want to change it to green. We didn't use much of green on this main. Instead, let's use something that would fit. I think the blue is better, or let's explore other options. But I think the blue is better. Let's use the blue. Even this at these corners here. Let's change the color to blue. Okay. So I'll do the same thing for the others also. Just pick blue. Do the same thing for every single one of them. Blue. Okay. And then this last one too. Blue. Okay. Good. I think this is better and it blends very well with everything that is going on inside of it. So I think with this we've come to the end of the designs for today. Alright, thank you for sticking to the end. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to where you're watching from. Please do well to like, share and subscribe, okay? Alright, thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Have a lovely day.